There's a popular saying within college athletics about keeping the main thing the main thing. With respect to NIL, that means focusing on your play on the field or on the court and hoping that helps your NIL earning potential off the field or court. Well, as it turns out, we now have data to support that. On3 has tracked 90 Division I starting quarterbacks from the preseason through the end of the regular season, and we found that the changes in their On3 NIL valuation often corresponded with their play. The On3 NIL valuation tracks an athlete's projected annual value within the NIL landscape. And some of the biggest names that saw the greatest increases over the course of the season are some of the biggest names in the sport. I'm talking about North Carolina's Drake Maye, Tennessee's Hendon Hooker, Washington's Michael Penix Jr., DTR at UCLA. As it turns out, there could be some merit to keeping the main thing the main thing. My name is Andy Witchery, and I'm an NIL and sports business reporter here with On3. And today we're breaking down how your performance on the field can help your profitability off of it. We're using the lens of starting quarterbacks, some of the biggest names in all of college sports. The On3 NIL valuation is a proprietary algorithm that includes dynamic data points, including performance, influence, and exposure. It incorporates both an athlete's brand value and their roster value. What does that mean? Roster value is a value an athlete brings to his team at his school. It factors in the role of NIL collectives within a school's ecosystem. Brand value, rather, incorporates the athlete's personal brand and what that might mean to regional and national brands outside of a collective. With that being said, North Carolina's Drake Maye saw an increase of $847,000 in his On3 NIL valuation since before week one. He now sits at $922,000, which ranks 13th among all current college football players. Maye, of course, was a number 5 quarterback prospect in the 2021 recruiting class, according to On3. And after redshirting last year and playing sparingly in a backup capacity, he's enjoyed a breakout redshirt freshman season in which he ranks 4th nationally in passing yards with 3,847 and passing touchdowns with 35. Throw in roughly 50,000 social media followers, and that gives him a valuation of nearly $1 million. One of Drake Maye's most recent partnerships is with a nonprofit called Table. They help feed hungry children within the state of North Carolina. Maye was asked on Thursday at a press conference, how do you balance both NIL and being the starting quarterback for the Tar Heels? And Drake Maye said, quote, "I'm really just trying to focus on the season. I think a lot of that stuff will come after the season when I look at it more, attack it more." The second biggest increase of any quarterback on our list is Tennessee's Hendon Hooker, who needs no introduction. Hooker was the one that oversaw Tennessee's 8-0 start to the season, the upset win over Alabama, and a number 1 ranking in the CFP rankings. He had a 27-2 touchdown to interception ratio, and he has seen a $487,000 increase to his valuation since the start of the season. He's partnered with the likes of the Mercedes-Benz of Knoxville and French's Mustard. If you know, you know. Next up is Washington's Michael Penix Jr., who transferred from Indiana to Washington, reuniting with former Indiana OC Kalen DeBoer, who's now the Washington head coach. All that Michael Penix Jr. has done is lead the country in passing yards. The rest of our top 10 of the biggest increases in valuation this season include Dorian Thompson-Robinson at UCLA, Oregon's Bo Nix, Jordan Travis at Florida State, Dylan Gabriel at Oklahoma, Jaden Daniels at LSU, Alabama's Bryce Young, and Georgia's Stetson Bennett IV. There are numerous feel-good stories among this group of players, including players who transferred, players who overcame injury, players who were late bloomers and then finally put it together. But the one common thread, the one common theme amongst this group of players is they performed well on the field, which increased their earning potential off of it. For On3, this has been Andy Witchery.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you smash that subscribe button for me, and remember to check out all the videos on the On3 YouTube page.